Once again, back live in the fucking flesh, the greatest YouTuber to do it, ever will do, and ever will come upon this platform. Apex Sapien. Listen, I'm making men great again by teaching you niggas how to be less dumb. Because Lord knows you guys are dumb. And Lord knows you guys are going to fight against it all fucking time until finally my prophecies come to pass. And then when it's already too late for you, then you're going to be like, shit, he was right. And then you niggas will come to my church and I'll make you beg. I'm going to make you really beg. But if you adopt now, you get on early, hey, man, there's salvation to be had. But let me tell you something, man. I know a lot of you dudes are like sad and beat down. You guys are still emotionally wrecked from some chick that left you like 3 or 4 years ago. And you cry sometimes thinking about her. Listen, brothers. Listen, it don't get easier. She's never going to go away. It's like a weed in the back of your mind that's never going to leave. And she knows what she's doing. Let me tell you something about women's psychology. These chicks know how to make you fucking lose your brain. They know. They understand it. But here's why. Because all you do is some pussy fiends, man. That's really the reason why. You guys don't even realize that you're pussy fiends. And once you realize that you're a pussy fiend, you can then correct the problem through the escort pill. Now, I have a hypothesis. This hypothesis is state of the art. Nobody else is talking about it. I'm the only person talking about it because I'm the only person ever talking about anything. So let's go ahead and get to the handy-dandy whiteboard of truth. So, in the handy-dandy whiteboard of truth, what we have is you, the man. You want pussy. You want pussy, but you don't want to spend more time or money. So you have a certain number in your head where you're like, this is how much time and energy and money I'm going to put into this girl before I fucking give up and just call it a dead mission. And she wants your money and your time. But she doesn't want to give up pussy. So we're in a diametric opposition of each other. And this is why we have this Cold War of dating. This Cold War of dating is because we have two opposite goals. Both people, it's almost like you're playing, goddamn it, like a bid, like an auction bid in your mind. She has a certain number in her mind that she needs to get to before she decides that she'll drop the panties. And you have a certain amount of money and time that you're willing to spend before you call it, it's a burnt mission, fuck it, I lost out. And here's the thing. Here's the sad thing about all of it. There's also another aspect, which is like the relationship aspect, where a man, the more he'll realize, if I just take away if I just become emotionally distant, I'm chicken wing and surprise, we don't go on dates. You're very happy and content doing that because you get the pussy, what you think is for free. But it comes at an expense. It comes at the expense of her heartbreak and her emotional trauma because she invested all this time and energy thinking this was going to be real. And then you end up being a piece of shit. And so what happens is, as she gets older, the money and time aspect gets larger, but the pussy gets devalued. And for you, as you get older, your money and time becomes more valuable because you have more of it, but pussy becomes less valuable. So equally, as both people get older, as both parties get older, everybody gets more dishappy and unsatisfied and more sad and depressed. And that's essentially what the dating market is of 2024. It's been this way probably since like the end of COVID. Because at this particular point in time, nobody's happy with their relationship. Almost nobody's happy with their relationship because everybody's doing this fucking stupid Cold War where nobody wins because nobody gets what they want. Because she's not going to get the exact money and time that she wanted for her pussy. And you're not going to get the exact money and time for your, you're not going to get exact the amount of pussy that you wanted for your money and time. It's just fucking just like opposite force. So it's just so much energy and fighting with each other just to get a semblance of what you want, because it's not a real relationship. It's not. You guys are not doing it off of anything constructive or positive. It's all fucking just degenerate behavior. And this is where the escort pill comes into play. So if anybody's ever dealt with the escort, I have had the escort one time in my life. Actually, I take that time 2 times. One time in Mexico when I was like 21 in like Tijuana. I didn't know any better. I was just like, let me go try it. And another time, like maybe about a year ago, I tried it as an adult male that was really making some cash. And I had a profound epiphany. And this was my epiphany. See, when you deal with an escort, the escort tells you it costs you this amount of money and this is how much time you get with my vagina or with me, which is essentially what it is. This is how much time and air. This is how much you're going to get. This is how much time you get for this amount of money. And as the man, you have to say, okay, I'm either going to pay her fee and get exactly what we negotiated up front because it's equivalent exchange. You guys are equivalently negotiating. Like there's no skipperoo. There is no like cold war aspect. It's like, no, you get what you pay for. If you want an hour, it's going to cost you so forth and so forth. And the same thing, she's like, if you're going to spend an hour of my time, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a girlfriend experience. I'm going to treat you like you're a king, royalty, roll your back, do all this other stuff. We can have the sex and do all that other stuff. I'll sit there and talk to you. I'll console you. I'll listen to what you got to say. I would be the perfect girlfriend for the amount of time that you paid for. And what you realize is very quickly when sex is taken off the table, because you already know you're going to get it. You paid already, you pay your fees, so we both understand there's an understanding. But what you begin to understand is, oh my God, I'm not paying for vagina. I'm paying for cooperation. And it makes you go, oh. So, if I'm paying for cooperation, what is the cost for a woman to cooperate with me for the rest of my life? Like, how do I get a woman to cooperate for the rest of my living existence? And this is when marriage comes into play. And what you quickly realize is you could flip the tables and change the relationship where you have all the power and you become the escort and she becomes the payer. And that is what marriage essentially is. Whereas you come to a woman with a proposition. Hey, lady, I fancy you. You're cute. I like the way that you smell and your way that your hair flows. I am looking for a companion that wants to cooperate with me for life. If you choose to enter this partnership with me and cooperate for life, this is what you're going to receive. A house, a home, a protector, provider, education, wisdom, guidance, security, a family, and so forth and so forth. If you think that these terms are something that you like and you like me as a man, do you want to agree upon these terms? And it's very simple, very simple, very cut and dry. And there's no complications. She knows exactly what she's going to expect if she chooses to cooperate with you for the rest of your life. And that is where you realize, oh my God, I get it now. I understand what marriage is. I fucking get it. It's nothing more than an agreement to cooperate for life. That's it. And see, most guys think when they're dating with these girls and have these relationship with the girl, you and your girl were never really tight. Like you think you were. That was all illusion in your head. You made up these scenarios in your head there. You thought you were tight. But here's the problem. You guys never had a discussion on what you wanted up front. Most of these dates, when you guys get together and you go out for drinks and all this stuff, it's a very murky gray area where nobody really knows what the other person wants exactly. And we really can't say it out loud because then it becomes nervous. Like if I tell you, hey, look, I just want to have sex. She's going to be like, oh my God, what kind of girl do you think I am? And then she has to deny it because she doesn't want to seem like a whore. And that's where it gets funky. That's where the fucking wishy-washy gray area comes in. Because she wants to be a whore, but she doesn't want it to be said out loud. She wants to keep it kind of like under the hush, like just shut up and don't say anything, and I won't say anything. We'll pretend like this magically happened. And see, as guys, you can't allow that. You're letting them escape responsibility. You got to zip up your pants and say, baby, go to church. I'm not that type of guy. And you know what happens? You flip the game. This is what I'm trying to tell guys. You need to start telling women, marriage or I'm walking. Marriage or I'm walking. Because what that does is it shows that there are actually men that actually value themselves. They don't see themselves as human dildos. A lot of guys have such low self-esteem. They see themselves as human dildos. They don't think that they can rise to the occasion of being a husband. So they try to find out new ways in what they call game. They try to find these new ways to try to finesse and lie to make it seem like they're trying to be in a relationship. And most of the time they're not trying to be in a relationship because most of the guys, they don't want the responsibility of the relationship. And what the escort pill kind of helps you recognize is you realize I don't want to pay for a woman's companionship with money. I rather pay with just communication. And that's what you start to realize. A marriage is basically a companionship with where the cost is communication, protection, and openness and truth. That's basically what you pay. It's actually much cheaper to be married than it is to actually go out and date. Because if you come out and you're open, you communicate with your girl. Yeah, there's some things that finances have to do. But if you come at her and you let her know, baby, no matter what money we make or whatever happens in life, we got each other's back and we're going to communicate. We're going to explain to each other what's going on, how you're feeling, what we can do, blah, 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 and so forth and so forth. That's your currency now. Truth, words, time. That's your new energy, thought. That's your new currency when it comes to marriage. That's how a marriage should be ran. It should be currency through your actions and words, not through fucking money. That's why the sugar baby, these guys that always end up getting divorced because they try to buy marriage with the money. You can't buy a woman with money because first of all, they don't even understand money. That's why they're all broke. That's why they always got debt and deals and they spend money on stupid shit because they don't understand what money is. It's us as guys to understand like, okay, I got to protect her from herself because she don't know what the fuck she doing with the cash. And so when you take the escort pill, it's impossible for you to get hurt again ever in another relationship. Because the way that you view relationships, you change the transaction. It's no longer looking in the same lens of, damn, how much money am I going to spend? How much time I got to spend to try to get some ass? Ass actually be, like, you realize booty actually has zero value. Like, once you know you're going to get sex, you realize, oh, the money that I was spending is actually for the companionship. Just her being kind, nice, smiling, tell me how handsome I am, how well I smell, how built my muscles are, just boosting my ego. That's what you're paying for. You're not paying for the vagina. That's the difference between a $10 hooker that you go on the street and a $2,500 escort. Because that escort knows how to make you feel like a man. Because she's a professional. She's a professional man ego booster. That's really what it is. And she looks good and all that other stuff. But you realize, okay, sex is not even that great. And that's one of the things you guys, if we're going to keep it a full stack, like I always keep it, most of you guys, when you actually get into these hookups and shit, it's depressing. It really is. It might be fun the first time when you do it because it's a new person. It's exciting. But then when it gets around the second, the third, the fourth, oh my, it just gets depressing. It's sad. Sad. Because the girl, she's just like, when you guys get done, she's like, well, like, I'm ready to go home. And you're like, why do you want to go home? It's just, I don't want to be here. I just want to go home. You know why? Because she's looking at you like a fucking human dildo. She wish she could just put you in a fucking drawer and put you away and just call you back whenever she needs to get it out the drawer. But that's the issue when it comes to this hookup culture. Because guys they walk around hurt because they got their fucking, my little wee heart got broke because this girl, she lied to me and she wasn't what she said and then she cheated on me and I can't ever forget about her. And then you niggas go around crying. Then you go around being hurt people, go around hurting these other girls, just piling on to the trauma. Instead of being the one guy that says, "Hey, baby, look, fuck you. Why would I ever have sex with you? For what? Wait, you just want to have sex with me? Stop calling me. You just want to have sex with me? What? No. What are you talking about? Like, you understand how much work that is for me? And that's what you need. That's another huge issue with a lot of you niggas. You guys don't take into account how much danger and risk you bring yourself into by having just random sex with strangers and hooking up with random people that you don't even... Like, I'm willing to bet 99% of most of you niggas do not get sexually tested before you hook up with somebody. A lot of you niggas is a herpes case waiting. Or HIV and all types of syphilis and all types of shit. Because you don't think. You gotta really think. Like as soon as I meet a girl... Oh my... Stop calling me. Sorry, people. Yeah, a lot of you motherfuckers, you niggas don't even think logically about this shit. You guys just go around and you just sticking your thing in willy-nilly. And you're not considering the ramifications of the troubles and problems that you might bring into your life. Yo, get sexually tested, man. You out here just sticking the movie. Get tested, please, brothers. Please. For your own sake, get tested. Because... Man, it's dangerous out here. So anyway, appreciate you guys for listening. Take the escort pill if you want to get over any breakup and learn how to be a better human being. And I appreciate y'all.